YouTube channel. Actually sounds really scary to say that. I keep looking at the wrong thing. I keep looking at the monitor because I'm fine as hell. But no, I need to look at the lens. Learning words. This is something that I have been threatening to do for a very long time. I've also had numerous requests for me to make a YouTube channel. So I thought, you know what? Give the people what they want. So this is my first video. It really is just a test. It's a test run. It's for me to test my camera, test my ring light, test my editing skills post filming, learning all these words, YouTube words. Yeah, and just to test being a YouTuber and to have a video on my channel and to actually link in bio, guys, go watch my video. So I thought I'd start with my first video talking about my favorite subject, me. I'm actually super annoyed that my first video about me, I've got my hair straight, like, I don't know, well, semi-straight. It was straight. This bitch actually thinks we're gonna stay straight. Nuh-uh. But this isn't me, this isn't who I am. My hair is actually naturally very curly. Not very curly, just curly-ish. No, it is curly, but it's not like wild. Wild, wild, wild. Wild, wild herb sauce. Love Nando's. This isn't truly who I am, so next video I will have curly hair. But it took me about, I shouldn't swear. It took me about 2 hours to do it. So, and I promised myself I was going to start recording this weekend, so oh well, let's go. My favorite aspect about me that I love to talk about, and this is when every person that I know is gonna roll their eyes and be like, oh my god, here she goes. Because it's my favorite subject and it's something I'm extremely proud of. I have no shame. I will bring it up no matter who I'm talking to, no matter where I am, no matter who's heard it before. I will talk about it again and again and again because I'm proud. My ethnic background, cultural background, whatever you want to call it, is a mix. Around new people, I get excited because I'm like, I get to talk about my ethnic background, yeah. If one person comes up to me and is like, girl, where are you from? I'm like, did you ask where I'm from? And then I wait for So first YouTube video is going well. I just changed the lighting. As you may know from my Instagram, I am half Armenian. It's definitely the part of my background that I relate to the most. You know, I'm very proud. My mum instilled values in me and my brother when we were very young and always made sure that we knew where we were from and that we were proud of it. My mother is Armenian, but she's actually Iranian Armenian. So she was born and raised in Tehran. One of these like amazing Armenian parent facts that my mum gives me that I'm not entirely sure if it's true, but she says our family have been in Iran for 300 years. Who knows? Something like 100,000 Armenians living in Iran and identifying as Persian Armenian. So the thing is with diasporan Armenians, is that a word? Diasporan? Diasporarians. Diaspora. Diasporatic. Diasporian. Diasporine. I've had fun with that word. So the thing is with diasporan Armenians, or any kind of diaspora, whatever country that their previous generation, not even previous generation, but their ancestors moved to, we really kind of took on aspects of that country's culture. So in terms of my family, yes, ethnically we are Armenian, we speak Armenian, we do Armenian things, we're Armenian Orthodox Christians, but culturally our culture is quite different, I think, from Armenians who just had a noise. A lot of my culture is actually Persian, and I had no clue. Growing up in London, all of the Armenian friends that we had growing up were also Persian Armenian, so we all kind of grew up eating the same food, speaking the same dialect, and I had no clue. I had no clue that a lot of the things that my family did were actually Iranian, until I started hanging around with like the Iranian kids at school, and I'd be like, yeah, you know, my mom's family are from Tehran, we're Armenian. They're like, oh yeah, cool. And I'm like, yeah, you know, ghurma sabzi, Armenian. They'd look at me like, who's gonna tell her? And so many things, I started realizing that most of the dishes that my mom cooks are actually Iranian. Some of the music that we listen to is Iranian. Some of the sayings that we say, or the words that we say when we're speaking, I didn't even know some words that I say are actually Farsi, like, I don't know, I can't even think. Fandak, chamadan, ghurma sabzi, pedar sak, amine chashme to jam sharo bermane, amine akhme to rancho az bermane. But Andy is also Persian Armenian. Since growing up and moving to different places and, you know, having different jobs and meeting new people, I've met other diasporan Armenians from different countries, and it blows my mind. I meet Armenians from Lebanon, I don't have a clue on what they're saying. I really don't. I really struggle. Gor, what's gor? The thing is, I do speak Armenian, but I use the term fluently, very loosely, because I do feel as though I'm fluent when I'm with my own family and speaking my Tiffany Armenian, as I call it, because I feel like my family really understand what I'm trying to say, and they're like, oh, okay, yeah, fine, I know what she means. That, like, they've gone past the point of now correcting my grammar, or like, they get it, they know what I'm saying. But then I speak to other Armenians and I see them kind of blankly looking at me like, and that's when I kind of get really self-conscious and I get embarrassed, and I'm like, am I saying the right thing? Am I saying it wrong? But no, I think it is a difference in dialects. Whenever I try to speak to non-Persian Armenians, I really struggle. But I am told that is a problem that not a problem, it's a beautiful thing. I'm not saying it's an issue, but I'm saying that that is something that most Armenians kind of experience when they speak to Armenians from different parts of the world. It can be a bit of a struggle to kind of understand each other, but we are still brothers. No, we're sisters, and we love each other. So yeah, that's my mum's side. On my father's side, my father is Kenyan. He was born in Nairobi, Kenya, along with his twin sister. They actually were adopted into a Pakistani family and grew up in Arusha in Tanzania. And as you can probably guess, they are Muslim. Yeah, my father already had quite a bit of a mixture going on. Him and his twin sister were the only kind of black African people within the family. His family members and everything, they're Asians. Also guys, in the UK, when we say Asian, we mean brown. I know in the rest of the world, when you say Asian, they usually think of Far East Asian. So sometimes when I'm in the States or something and I'm like, yeah, my father's black, but he was adopted into an Asian family, they're like, oh my god, do you speak Chinese? I mean, hello, Chinese isn't a language. My father and his family moved to London when he was still fairly young, I think pre-teen. I don't know why I've started telling you the story without actually checking the facts with my with my parents. I'm like, I don't know. He grew up in London, in West London, in Kensington. My mother left Iran around the time of the revolution. She was a teenager. She moved to London to study, and yeah, ended up meeting my father, and they were each other's first true love, which makes me so giddy inside. And when I think back to it, like, my mom was a rebel in those days, you know, like, to marry outside of the religion, the culture, was a huge deal. You can imagine my poor mum at the time calling up her parents back in Iran and being like, I've met a boy, he's very nice, we are going to get married. And my grandparents kind of being like, and my mum being like, one thing, like, he's not Armenian, he's black and Muslim. But they soon came around when obviously they saw how much love there was between my parents, and then I think they were even happier when they realized how beautiful the babies were going to be. But you know what, when I look at photos of my parents when they were at that age, I understand why they were tempted, because my parents were they still are, but at that age they were gorgeous. I'm going to show you now, take a look. Also, I've just shown you that picture of my mum with straight hair and my hair straight now, and everyone's going to be like, you look so alike. Wait, shall I do the same pose? I can't remember the pose because I don't have the picture in front of me right now, but it's something like that. It's like oh, my dad actually took that photo of her. How cute. But they didn't last. My parents divorced when I was actually very young. I think I was 1 or 2 years old. But you know, I really had an amazing childhood because I had so many different cultural influences and traditions, you know, in my life growing up. Like my older brother and I were obviously christened in an Armenian church. It's a tiny little white one just off of Kensington High Street. Oh my god, it's so cute. I want to get married there, inshallah. What's great about being in the UK was that you have like Catholic Christmas, Western Christmas, which is like the 25th of December. Then we had New Year's. Then we had Armenian Christmas on the 6th of Jan. On my father's side, we had Eid a few times a year. We'd all go over to my granddad's house in Kensington and have a big meal and do family things together, and I'd get money from my grandparents. We honestly had the best of both worlds, and I wouldn't change it for the world, honestly. I'm so proud to be who I am, whatever it is. I couldn't be any more proud. So I feel like the thing is, just changed my parting. Why didn't I do this from the start? Girl. At the end of all of that, I still identify as being British. I think it's the one I identify with the most. I know I started off saying being Armenian is what I identify with the most, and I lied. I didn't lie, but British I think probably is number one. I'm a Brit before I'm anything else. I was born and raised in London. The thing is, when you're mixed race, I feel as though, I mean, you guys tell me if you've experienced this also, but people tend to want to tell you who you are or where you're from or what you should be. And it really annoys me, honestly. It grinds my gears when I speak to someone who I don't know. Thank you, stranger, for telling me what I am. Sorry, there's a Hoover on outside. I've no idea what the sound is like on this camera. It's probably picking it up and you can't hear a word I'm saying. Yolance! So you do meet some people that are kind of like, oh, you're confused, you don't know what you are. And I'm like, I'm not confused, you're confused. You are confused, and I don't understand why you are confused. In this day and age where people can, you know, identify as whoever and whatever they want, rightfully, it's your life, do what you want. Why can I not identify with multiple ethnicities and multiple cultures? I don't consider myself just one thing. I'm very proud to be a British woman. I'm very proud to be a Persian Armenian woman. I'm very proud to be a black woman, an African woman, and I consider myself all of these things. And you know, I'm not confused. I know who I am, I know where I'm from, and I know where I'm going. Thank you for listening. I'm so sorry that it's been a bit all over the place. This is a very messy video, but I hope you enjoyed, and let me know what you want me to talk about next. I don't know, what do YouTubers say at the end of videos? They're like, leave your comments below, guys. Oh no, subscribe. You need to subscribe. That concludes my first YouTube video.